Good morning. It is a freezing day here today, 6 degrees. At first we didn't know if we was going to get out or not. So we contemplated what we should do. He says, number 3, James, he said, should we have breakfast over at the Waffle House and go walking? I said, well, it really is cold out, so let's go ahead and go. They say it's not slick out. So we went walking, and this was a day to rejoice because President Trump is being inaugurated. So we was celebrating, and when we went to the Y, Grandpa, the one that does all the exercises down there that I talk to all the time, he said, I'm going to a party. You're going to a party? He said, yes, I am. He said, I was invited and I accepted. This is my president hat. Abraham Lincoln, this is President Day's hat. I got another hat I'm going to put on later. I'm having fun with hats today. So anyhow, Grandpa said, yes, I'm going to a party, and guess what? I'm having my picture taken with President Trump. James says, you're having your... Yes. He said, I'm having my picture. He said, they've got a big cardboard cutout of Trump, and we're all going to get our picture taken with President Trump. We was not invited to that party, so we'll just have to stay home and watch it on TV. But there is parties going on all over the country, I reckon, celebrating a new day in politics. And I tell you what, I'm a happy girl about it because I'm a Republican, I'm conservative. I do not believe in abortion. They are little babies, they're real. And we saw one down at the Y this morning, 6 days old. And the mommy was already up walking, her and the daddy, and I did a short on that because that was the little Miss Ruby. So anyway, Grandpa says, I am going to a party. So James and I are going to watch it on TV. Good McDonald's coffee. So I asked my iPad what was a good verse for me today. And it's Psalms 73:26. My flesh and my heart may fail. And someday, honey, all of our flesh and our heart is going to fail. This old body wears out. And thank you, Jesus. Mine feels good so far. And I hope yours does too. But God is the strength of my heart and my portion forever. That's the way it goes because I've been dependent on him a long time, ever since I was a little girl. When I used to play, we lived in a little red house down in Smith Holler, and it had a garden beside it. And Mom would grow green beans and some corn, and there was a lot of wildflowers that would come up and grow. And I would get out there in that garden, and I can remember chasing butterflies when I was 4 years old. I was a happy child until Phyllis came along. Now, I have told about my little sister how James says, have you told that story how when the woman came with a big black suitcase, and that's what happened because Daddy says, you're going over to my mom's and stay a while because they live just over the hill. So Daddy took me there, and this woman with the big black suitcase come walking up on the porch and went in the house and was staying with Mom. Well, when Daddy come and got me and brought me back, that woman came out of the house. She had a suitcase, but she left a baby. As a 4-year-old, I thought that woman left Phyllis. And Daddy said, come look at this. Isn't this the sweetest thing you ever seen? Look, I'm going to change its diaper. It poops. Look at that. It's a real baby, not a baby doll. This is your little sister, Phyllis. I was not happy. Talk about sibling rivalry. I decided right then and there I didn't like her. And I told her when she got old enough to understand that I saw that woman bring her in a big black suitcase. And when she left, that suitcase was empty. I was sure of it. And so I told her, I said, you don't belong to our family. And even when I knew better, I was not nice about it. But we ended up the best of friends after she grew up because I was 4 years older and I taught her a lot of things, and she wore my cast-me-down clothes. When we was young, we wore a lot of hand-me-downs from our aunts, from our cousins, and from Big Sister. That's what we did, because if it was still good, somebody would wear it. And that's the way we did it. But today is a special day, and this is my President Hats Day, because I honor Abraham Lincoln. He never told a lie. He always told the truth. I wish we'd have had that in that other. I wish they hadn't have done so much lying. But did you know things are a-changing? This is my patriotic hat. Red, white, and blue. There we go. Now, isn't that nice? So I'm going to stay patriotic, but I will not be getting my picture taken with President Trump. But I might do his dance. Just play me some music. I just dropped my little iPad. I keep my little iPad in my lap, and it keeps me company. Let's see, I was going to show y'all some stuff. Don't remember what it was now. What was it? Maybe it'll come to me. I don't know. I think it was in pictures. I wonder if I got pictures here. Somewhere. Yeah, here. Nah. Anyway, it's a good day today, and James went to the office. There is no ice, so I could walk and do everything I wanted to do. And and James is going to come home, and we're going to watch the inauguration. This is a famous day. I mean, President Trump got elected with such an overwhelming amount of numbers. I was surprised, because there was some that said, oh, he's not going to win it. He's not going to win it. But James said, you watch. He's going to get elected president. And it was overwhelming. And the people are tired of all this woke stuff, and that boys can be girls and girls can be boys. Now, it's a fact, Jack. If you are born a boy, you are a boy. And you can never have a baby. I don't care what. You have sperms. You can help make a baby, but you can't have a baby. God made it so only women can have babies. And that's the way he made us, man and woman. And I'm excited to be a woman. I've always enjoyed being a girl. But Phyllis, my sister, was jealous of my brothers, because they could do all kinds of things she couldn't do. Well, I never let that stop me. If I wanted to do something a boy did, I just went ahead and did it. I did not enter their competition when they saw who could make a biggest stream off the back porch. But I watched a time or two, and they did have something I didn't have. I think Norman won. Norman, did you win? He watches this all the time. He knows they did that. Who could make the biggest stream? I didn't have anything to make a stream with. It was hopeless, but I didn't care. But Phyllis envied them, but I never envied them, because, and as far as it comes to wrestling, I was good at wrestling until I got to be about 15, and I could wrestle them all to the ground. All the boys, they were all younger than me. I was the oldest, until Norman got about, well, he was 13, and he got stronger than me. So I won that last wrestling match, and I told him, I said, Norman, this is it. I am not wrestling. I am giving up wrestling. You win. You getting stronger than me. We don't wrestle anymore, because he took it serious, I think. I took it kind of serious too. I said, no more wrestling, brother. So we quit wrestling, because how can you wrestle somebody that won't wrestle? It don't work. So I got out of that one. Me and James was talking this morning about how blessed we are. That, you know, he's 83 and I'm 91, and he took me out for breakfast, and he closed another good business deal, and we was celebrating. We not only was celebrating his business deal he did, but we was also celebrating President Trump getting elected. And we are so thankful. And the border's going to be closed. It's starting right away. He's going to start shipping all these people that are so undesirable back where they came from. And he's going to sign over, you're probably not interested in this, but I am so interested, so you don't have to watch, you don't want to. And I know some of y'all are so disappointed that the Democrats did not get power. But Fauci, he has already, can you believe this, pardoned Fauci. And you know what that means? Fauci was guilty. Why, you don't pardon somebody that's innocent, do you? And he's pardoning some of those others that were guilty. And he'll probably pardon himself before it's over with. But can a man that has dementia, someone asked me, sign a legal document, to pardon all those people when he has dementia? I guess he can, because he's done it. I shouldn't add that in there, but honey, that's what's going on in this world. And I am interested in what's going on in this world. A lot of 91-year-olds are in nursing homes and couldn't care less. But I care. And I pray for our country. I pray for our people, that we can honor God and turn back to being a God-honoring nation. We was founded under God's principles, the 10 Commandments, and we need to still consider them. One state has got them put back up in the schools and the libraries, the 10 Commandments. The 10 Commandments are the rules of life that real people that are good people live by. You don't murder people. You don't envy one another. Envy is a bad thing, and jealousy. And I determined when I was young that I would never envy anybody or be jealous of them. I would not want what they had, like to take it away from them, or I wish I had it and they didn't have it, stuff like that. I never did have that because I knew that God forbid that. So sometimes I'd say, that's nice for them to have a microwave. I believe I'll get me one. But I didn't want theirs, and I got me one. I was the first one in our family to buy a microwave because everybody was scared of them. My mother was scared of them. My neighbors were afraid of microwaves. They said they were safe. I believed them. People were using them. So I got a microwave, and I tell you what, I've had microwaves ever since. So envy is a bad thing. Jealousy is another really bad thing. To be jealous of someone, that is, it's just so. And to have unforgiveness in your heart. If you can't forgive it, you maybe will never forget it. You will remember it, but let it go. Let it go. My problem is I don't remember when people are. I can't remember long enough to not forgive them, because I'll never forget. We were on the evangelistic field, which means you travel from church to church, and you get bookings, and it's wonderful to get bookings because that means that you get to spread the word, you get to preach and sing and be among people, and it was a wonderful experience. Well, this one preacher, he's already gone now, pastor of a church, not far away from us. He would book us because I did the bookings, and he would book us. And the next thing you know, he would cancel us. He'd say, we decided not to do that after all. We're not going to have a meeting. And he said, we'll do it another time, maybe. And it just upset Buddy so bad at times. And he would just get so aggravated at him. But we would run into him somewhere, because he lived here in this area. And don't you know, Buddy would just keep on walking. But I would say, how you been? Because I never held it against him. I didn't. But he would say, don't you know who that was? I said, yeah, I know who it was, but, he don't bother me. We made it, didn't we? Because we don't get paid if they cancel you. And sometimes it is a hardship. But the Lord always got us through, so I never did worry about it. But Buddy held resentment. But he had to get over that, and he did. And later on, we went and held him meetings, because Christians don't hold grudges. You let it go. You don't hold it with families. I read about people that they never spoke to him again. Well, I had a sister-in-law that had a son, and he had a lovely wife, and I just really liked her a lot. And she got mad at my sister-in-law, who was her mother-in-law. I don't know what it was about, but she told her, she said, I will never speak to you again as long as I live. And she's dead and gone, and she kept her word. How can you do that kind of stuff? If you've got God in your heart and Jesus in your heart, and she claimed Christian, you don't do that kind of stuff. And the fact is, I had a sister-in-law that never spoke to me again and requested that I not come to her funeral, which I honored. And why she was so mad at me, I really don't know. Except I'm a little bossy and a little helpful, and I might have helped her a little too much or something, I don't know. But that's history. She's gone, that was her choice, and I honored what she said. I did not go to her funeral, but her son said that, it called later and said I could have come if I wanted to, but I just stayed home. I don't like funerals anyway. That's just part of my life. I work at not holding grudges against anyone. And sometimes it gets difficult. But people, we gotta let it go. Just because you remember it, don't keep playing it in your mind all the time. How dirty they did me. And I've been done dirty a few times. But the Lord has always come out on my side, and that's a fact. Because I'll never forget when I built this apartment in the rear of my house. It's an apartment complex. They was building one next door, and this woman took control of it. She was daughter-in-law to the owner of the complex, who was a big subdivision builder. And she was boss of that complex. And don't you know, she parked, and I've told this before, a garbage can right by my window. And that summer, it was so hot and the flies were so bad, and if I opened my door at all, I was fighting flies. And so I nicely asked her if she could move it elsewhere, and she said no. I said, please move it. Would that be, no, I'm not moving it, don't bother me. So I had been home. I called the health department, I called the city, I called everybody. They said, that's private property, we can't do anything about it. I said, well, it's a health hazard. Those flies are getting in my house all the time from that rotten food, and it stinks. Sorry, ma'am, we can't help you. So I said, Lord, you're going to have to take care of it. I just have to live with the flies. But don't you know, the complex sold, and I didn't know that. And it sold to a very wealthy family, and they took over. And evidently she told him about the problem with me wanting to move the dumpster, because I got a phone call. She must have gave him my phone number. He looked it up. I don't know. We had landlines back then. And the first words, you so-and-so? And I said, yes, I am. He said, you live next door? I said, yes, I do. He said, where do you want that dumpster moved? That really happened. See how God is on my side and on your side when you serve him? I said, you're kidding. He said, no, I'm not. We're the new owners here, and I'll move that dumpster wherever it's convenient with you. So I told him where to move it. And that's been years ago. And he moved it where I said, and it's been great. And it's there still. I don't get no flies. I don't get no bad odors. Fact is, y'all want to know the truth. I've been here a long time. I used to go over and look down in the dumpster because people would move and they would leave some good things sometimes. And this was back when I was not too well to do. I'm better off now. I get good Social Security, and I'm getting some rent from my house, and I'm blessed, and I'm getting money from YouTube thanks to y'all. Bless you, my children. Hit you like my video if you do. If you don't, do that other thing, but don't do that. And make comment and subscribe and share with your friends. Anyway, where was I? Oh yeah, they haven't moved that dumpster. It's still there. So like I say, you know, I have dumpster dived, and I have went to yard sales. So I used to go over and look in there, and you'd find, you know, like good trash cans. But I found one year when I didn't have a lot of funds, the most beautiful coat. And it was brand new. Somebody had bought it, didn't like it, just pitched it. Well, they pitched it my way. I wore that coat for 2 or 3 winters. It was a nice warm coat. Now the last one I got it at the thrift store, the Methodist thrift store, for $7, and that's really come in handy in this cold, cold weather. But that's, when you get one in the dumpster like that, free. I mean, I always wore hand-me-downs anyway, a lot. And all these shirts I get, these are shirts. They're blouses, and I cut them off, see, or roll them up, and they make a nice little jacket over your top that you wear, and I like black. I wear black tops all the time, and then everything goes with it. You can coordinate that real good. Anyway, James has not got my tapestry up. Oh, I know what I was going to show y'all, and y'all that are hanging on, they said, I'd like to see that tapestry. Well, I took a picture of it. It isn't hung yet. Only God knows. Not me, not James, not anybody knows when that's going to get hung. But I got a picture of it here somewhere, I think. Let me see. Well, shucks. I don't see it. Now here's another tapestry I like, and I got the tapestry, but they got, see, isn't that pretty? But no, let's see if it's on my phone. I don't see it here on my little iPad. I'm gonna look on my phone. I wanna show it to y'all. It's real pretty. Here it is. I'm trying to make it bigger. I got it here somewhere. It's like a river coming down and golden trees and a mountain in the background. That's the tapestry. And it's 5 foot wide and about 45 inches long. And he's gonna hang that like right behind my chair. I was trying to make it bigger. Usually you can do that right on your phone. Oh, here it is. Here it is. Oh, there it is. Isn't that pretty? And he'll put that down by my chair, and I'll have that for my background. I would like to get one here of some kind, but I can handle this one. It don't matter. But I like that one. It's got some golden leaves in it, and it's a cloth. And it came with sticky tabs, 2-sided tape, and you just stick it to the wall. I'm too short, and I would have to climb, and James is tall enough that he can go and get it up there. So maybe he'll do it one of these days. But it only run like $9, and so I could order more if I wanted to change it for like a fall scene or something. Excuse me. I could do that because they have all kinds of tapestries on Amazon, and that would be fun. I tried to think of a way to hang one here, but I kind of like my background that I make up and hang a picture there like I do, and my bouquets. So I'm pretty happy with this here. But he's just got a plain white wall at his house. Of course, I can sit in different places and make it look interesting. And I do want to make it interesting for all you kiddos and my dear sweet subscribers. I say followers all the time, but y'all are subscribers. That's what they say. But that little baby this morning, little Miss Ruby, when that woman bought that baby in there, I knew it was little, but 6 days old at the Y, and she strapped it all in and put it right in front of her. I never saw such a thing. I know they make them where I know she looked like a little Indian papoose. Now, I did know the Indians did that. Well, I'm about done because it's about time to turn on and see what's going on with President Trump and everything. And I know I've got these people that are watching me all the time now. So God bless you. Have a beautiful day. That's my little iPad. It's a blessing. See, I like flowers and stuff. So anyway, I'm going to shut up. But y'all walk that path now where Jesus would be pleased with you. And I know a lot of you are. And I appreciate your prayers. I believe your prayers are keeping me just as sharp as a tack. And I say heavens to Murgatroyd and different old things like, I don't know what that means. But it's just one of those things I say. And I love you. God bless you. Talk to you again when I get time. I'm a busy woman. I need to run to the Walmart, and I think I can today. I bought James a shirt that was way too big. I got to take it back. Bye-bye.